Hello, my name is Jesse, and today we'll be covering how to change the check interval of a service in Nagios XI. And this is probably something best explained through example, so I'll just get started. Let's find a service that I want to change the check interval of, and I have one in mind. I'll go to the search bar, and I'll type in MySQL. I'll click on the MySQL service group, and here we have all of our MySQL services. So all of these services are fine, we want to check them every 5 minutes or so. But the one down here, MySQL uptime, is less important. The only way that this becomes important is if MySQL actually goes down and comes back up. So maybe we don't need to check on it every 5 minutes, but instead we could check on it every 30 minutes or every hour or even every day. What we can do is we can click on MySQL uptime to take a deeper look at this particular service. Now there are two ways to change the check interval. The first way is the easy way, but of course the easy way doesn't always work and it doesn't exactly show you what's going on behind the scenes. So keeping MySQL uptime in mind, as well as the host that it's attached to, localhost, we will proceed. Click on the Configure tab and go to Reconfigure this service. Once we're in Reconfigure this service, you'll see Monitor the service every 5 minutes. This 5 minutes is our check interval. We can simply change this from 5 up to 60, let's say we want to check on it every hour, and press Update. This update is going to update the service and apply the Nagios configuration, which means that Nagios will reload, and then the service will check every 60 minutes as defined. So that's the easy way, but like I said, it doesn't always work, and with certain services, when you press Reconfigure this service, it will not work. So to get around that, go to Configure, and go to Core Config Manager. This is where all of your configurations live, and we'll go to Services because we know we're looking at a service. And I've already pre-searched for MySQL, and we're looking for MySQL uptime. As I noted before, it's important to remember that service name. So here's the service name. It's attached to localhost, just like it was when we were looking at it in the home screen. We can click on this and go to Check Settings, right here. And then down here we have Check Interval. Currently, check interval is set to a high 60 minutes, which is what we changed it to. Maybe we want to extend that out even further. So let's check it every 120 minutes and press Save. Once the configuration is saved, it's a little bit different because the configuration doesn't reload automatically. What we have to do is reload manually by pressing the Apply Configuration button. And Nagios does yell at you. It says, "Changes detected, apply configuration for the changes to take effect." Well, it's yelling at us, so we must press Apply Configuration for that change we just made to take effect. So let's press it. Nagios will apply the configuration and reload, just like it did when we went through this the first time. And to verify that this has worked, we'll press Search and enter MySQL. Go to MySQL, go to our MySQL uptime service, go to Configure, and we can hit Reconfigure the service, and you can see that it's been updated to every 120 minutes. Another good way to check this is to navigate over to the Advanced tab. When we're in the Advanced tab, you can see when the last check happened, which is at 2:02 p.m. You can see when the next check will happen, which is at 4:02 p.m., which means that this service now has an interval of 120 minutes, just like we specified. And if you have any questions about that process, please feel free to contact us at the support forum. We're at support.nagios.com/forum. Otherwise, please feel free to check out our related content below. Thanks.